Hey guys, Stephanie here. Happy Tuesday. Alright, even though it's like Tuesday, like Jen Psaki algorithm, like the White House press secretary, how she came out and she was like, you know what, guys, look, I think we all just need to go have margarita. So like Sunday, I went and got a margarita and I had some Mexican food, and it's Tuesday. And I'm like right now. Cheers, Jen. Mm-hmm. Mm. Actually, I make a mean margarita. It's really fucking good. But at the same time, I'm thinking, wow. Okay, so how do people really feel about that? Because this circle back queen, we keep circling back to things that none of them ever answer. You know what I mean? So we've been circling back and circling back and circling and circling and circling, and well, the circle's coming to truckers at the southern border and at the Canadian border. If they don't have the jubba, guess what? They can't bring their shipments, okay? So it's like you go on Twitter and like I'll go on certain things because I already think this is like a mass psyop to begin with. I think it's a huge mass psyop. I think they're playing people on fear and weaknesses because a lot of even YouTubers you go to, like a lot of them are flip floppers. They basically go with what's trending, and they stay in that paradigm. They don't leave it. I mean, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, but even though them, like, how do you know they're not considered like controlled opposition when you think about it? Because you have the January 6th insurrectionists who are basically being held like as threats to, our national security. But at the same time, you have the southern border completely open and nobody does anything about that. They just like, in order for them to like actually have to take responsibility for their actions, they're like, oh no, what we'll do is in the middle of the night, we'll just start using planes and we'll just ship them all over to all these cities and all these states. And nobody will know. Like, nobody. And if somebody sees it, they're a conspiracy theorist. Everybody's a private conspiracy theorist. It's like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So, all this shit that was going on under Trump, and they kept bringing up Ukraine and Biden crime family, Hillary Clinton, like all these other people. And all they did was say that Trump was a Russian asset, but they literally gave Putin a gas line and shut down the one that was making our economy great. And Hillary was proven to have a Russian asset who made the fake Russian dossier. Typical narcissist. What you got to do is whatever you're guilty of and what you're doing, you project it onto the other person and blame them. And the media is doing it right now. It's just like, how much more can people take of this? I mean, when you really think about it, we're our military and everybody, we're gonna go defend Ukraine. And in Houston, we literally have like the hugest, like, we're the number one child trafficking, all this like crime. There's another cop just got killed. There's been like 3 cops killed. Chicago is more dangerous than El Salvador. I mean, Chicago, it's like you got all these people being murdered, like, and killed, and they're sending our troops. I mean, they left troops behind in Afghanistan and our military equipment, and they did all these other, Captain fucking obvious suspect, the same shit that Obama did, dude. Obama did all this crap too. Sorry, guys. Ugh, just in my jeans. Seriously though, I've gained so much weight. I've gained like 12 pounds. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I was anemic and I got the cold. Well, whatever. But like, it was a bitch to get over. So all I did was eat my feelings. But anyways, so now we have this dedication, and we already know that China and Russia, they're cool. Taliban, they're cool with them too. You have mainstream media out there defending, like, humanizing the Taliban, like humanizing China's Uyghur Muslim refugee camps, detention centers, basically genocide. They're harvesting organs. They're doing all this evil stuff over there. Nobody really cares about that part. I mean, here, if you turn on the TV, everybody's like, "Oh my god, in Texas, we have to have a major lawsuit. You activists get together. There's not enough Latino representatives." And it's like this. It was white and black. I got white, black, and Latinos. Then next is going to be white, black, Latinos, Indians, Muslims, Asians, Japanese. It's like, I'm not laughing about like the realness of, what's going on, but I don't think any of this racism is coming from real racism. I think it's from people who are actually racist, and they're creating these segregations between us all. Like The View. Oh, well, these colleges, and well, this and that, and that's not fair because the rich white people, and like how many more years, how much more can people take of hearing this crap? I can't take it anymore. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we are the biggest country of so many different people. So many different people. Why all of a sudden is it to where we have to constantly focus on one group to hate? But in the meantime, while everybody's worrying about, if everybody agrees with them in social media, and oh my god, I don't want to be called a Nazi, and I'm sick of that too. It's like, okay, wait, I'm a Nazi because I think our border should be like, nobody could just like walk over because there's people that get harmed. That, it doesn't make me a fucking Nazi, you retard. Like, what the fuck are these? What is wrong with these people? So it's just like everywhere you go, it's like you're attacked by these fucking people, and they're demented. They are so demented. And I'm sitting here watching all the crime going on all over this country. And all of a sudden the focus is on Ukraine. But we heard nonstop since like 2015. Orange man, orange man, orange man, orange man is gonna kill us all. He's gonna get us into World War III. He's gonna do this. He's a dictator. He's gonna do all these horrible things. And oh, just ignore that. Okay, so I also noticed that they're coming out with like the top 8 guys that Gazelle. Like, I can't really say certain things because the algorithm kicks my ass like nonstop. Like, I literally got a target on me, and I don't even do anything. Like, I'm really not that big of a threat, but I mean, it's kind of flattering that they think I am. It's kind of lame. I just come out here and talk shit, but whatever. But it's like Ghislaine and her billionaire daddy who just happened to die at sea. No suspect there. Just like when people are like, why is inflation so bad? The feds are just like, do 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 do, like walking away from the whole topic. It's like that with everything in this, like everything going on right now. Like, there's some really bad stuff going on in this world. There's some real crazy shit going on. But if you click on mainstream TV, it's like a total different reality these people live in. And it's a reality that's so scary because we have a presidente. I'm trying to get out of this algorithm, guys. Okay, whatever. Buffoon. Obama's third term, and his husband is like fucking shit. It's like Groundhog Day, right? It's like we can never get out of this. And it's like the same crap that Trump got us out of. These Biden is putting us right back into all this disastrous stuff. So, like, with the whole Ghislaine Maxwell, I noticed like one of the top 8, they mentioned Trump. And actually, there were some legal documents, so-called legal documents, floating around. And I don't even know if they're really valid. I think my boob looks crooked. Does my boob look crooked? I think my boob look... It's the fucking lighting. I can never get this shit right. That's why, just like Pasaki says, drink margaritas. and it's gonna be okay. Your country is going to shit. Just drink a margarita. That's all you need to do. These liberals have no clue what's coming their way. All right. So, they're trying to block Trump, but they're also saying he's part of this. But also, like, around this time, they were doing, like, a lot of, like, on social media, like, all these, like, different documents. And a lot of people are sending me these things. I mean, they look legit. Like, real legit reports. And it made me question, what is he, one of those pervs? Is he a child perv? Like, I don't know. Honestly, nobody knows. None of us know what these conspiracies are, if they're true, if they're not. All we know is we have certain outlets that give us certain information. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. And we're told certain outlets are true, certain are with this person, that person. It's like this whole game of fucking Jumanji. It's like, what is the point of all this bullshit? You got Republicans, you got Democrats. Democrats want big government. Like, regardless. Okay, all the child trafficking, all this Jeffrey Epstein, and all that stuff. Seriously, they all need to be held accountable. I don't care how powerful they are. If it has to bring the entire Babylon of America down, and actually no, Babylon of the powers that be that rule this world, you know, I think that needs to be done. And I believe, if you think about it, you know, it's getting even like kind of worse in a sense because people don't. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get into one aspect of it. Okay, well, a lot of people don't understand. When they think about, when I get back into the Trump and that, I'm just gonna go into this part. A lot of people don't understand. Like, for centuries, you've had, okay, when it started out, you had the ancient Egyptians, you've had the Mayans, the Aztecs, you've had all these ancient civilizations, all these ancient it's those margaritas. So you have all these ancient cultures that, they start out, great, but there's always some opportunists. There's always going to be some bad person who wants to take the goodness out of things and manipulate it to where he can control it, dominate, gain wealth, power, control. And that is like straight, like, sociopathic narcissism, just like Ted Bundy, like how he was obsessed with making his crime further. And it was all a story, his legacy. These people all want a legacy, and this has been going on for centuries. But at the beginning of all this crap that we're at right now, our souls have been like literally reincarnating to get to this point. For some reason, we signed up to be in this crazy ass time of life, to where like nothing makes sense. And I get it because I feel like a lot of us are being drawn together for some kind of reason because I'm highly empathic and I've been like just so emotional lately. So I can feel all this energy. It's just toxic. You know what I mean? And I think that's why a lot of people over time, like, they forgot that, yes, there's these wealthy people, okay, the royal, they're whatever, but you had like the Knights Templar, like, you had all these people, but there's always somebody that comes to take over something. And people don't realize we're getting to that part of history to where it's not about America, it's not about nationalism, it's a whole global thing. It's a global takedown. It's a group of people who said, fuck it. We don't just want our pyramids. We want the whole fucking globe. And they're doing it, and a lot of people don't even see it. They don't see it because these people are narcissists. And they're very manipulative. They're very good at what they do. They will make you second guess yourself. I mean, think about it. We did this whole pandemic for how long? And I mean, it's just like constant back and forth, and this person, that person. But you're seeing like real live things happening. But once you try to talk about it, you're canceled. So that right there, that's an abusive relationship, to where if you're not able to think for yourself, feel for yourself, have your own opinion, or even question something, and you're just told, no, this is what it is. You got to do this and that's that, or else you're going to be punished. You're in an abusive relationship. And I think a lot of people are losing that aspect, because regardless of who's at it right now, it's all corrupt. And like every ancient civilization, they all get to this point to where everybody wants to be the biggest, the baddest, like a game of Monopoly. But you know what happens? There's that guy who owns the whole board of the game of Monopoly, right? But there's going to be that one person that comes and replaces that guy. And but see, that guy wants to make sure that he doesn't ever lose that board, that all that property and that money. So he'll set up governments and institutions and advocates and special interest to make, and these people who rule it all, they control all of that. If you honestly follow all of it completely, well, it's all controlled, and it's all controlled in one way. And it just, it really upsets me to see like people all over the world rising against this. But in America, there's a total media blackout, just like in Australia, of all the people being taken, into those COVID camps. I mean, that shit's fucked up, dude. I don't give a shit what you think. That shit's fucked up. Seeing that little girl get arrested at a protest, what? Like, literally, you had grown men butt naked with tutus and like what, a little, or no, not butt naked, like a little thong with kids and drag queens story hour. But man, fuck you, people. You want to arrest little kids because they don't have a mask on? I mean, what are you trying to prove, man? What are these people trying to prove? They can be a Nazi state? Ooh. Okay, all y'all got is talking shit. Seriously, like majority of people who sit there and talk all this mess, it's just like the Wizard of Oz. You go pull back that curtain and it's a weak little minded back. Like, no, they don't even have a backbone. They're spineless little people. So, in order for them to fill their ego and their pride, they got to gain everything. They got to own it all. They got to control it. Just like with cryptocurrency. The SEC and XPR have been going at it, but the SEC has special interests. It's all pay to play. People want to bitch about the wealthy and the 1% and how can they do this? Well, they should be able to do that. First of all, you need to ask yourself, why do all these politicians get 6-figure incomes, live in these nice ass homes, and they're not serving me, they're not doing shit. They want to ban guns, but they're hiring private security. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, you got to get real. The only way to fix that problem to where you're not dependent on the government is to lessen the size of the government, cut the regulation, cut the spending, get real, get tough. Do you know what Putin did? There was a guy who found out his friend raped and recorded, like he raped a little 6-year-old girl, and he recorded it. And he shot and killed the guy in the head and, well, made him dig his own grave, too. But he wasn't charged with murder. I don't blame him. Anybody who rapes and does anything to a child, you deserve death. I'm sorry. That is my personal opinion. I am not insinuating hate. Do not create or do anything like that. But I am a survivor of childhood abuse. And I'll be damned when these people come out and say, like USA Today, that's why, I mean, I'm not, oh my God, I can't even say that. I can't. But anyways, when USA Today comes out and says pedophiles are being, subjugated to discrimination. Come again? You literally steal people's innocence. You violate people. And you are worried about your feelings? Fuck you. You don't get feelings. Any man or any woman or any fucking gender you identify, non-binary, and blah, 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 blah. Anything that breathes, we know. Because fish probably violate fish. Oh no, any human being that violates another human being, you should be put to death. Because you're going to violate more people. That is my personal opinion. My personal opinion only. But to see USA Today come out and they call them MAP, instead of being called pedophiles now, because being called a pedophile is offensive, we'll call them MAP. Minor Attracted Person. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Biden, thank you. For fuck's sake. Can anybody tell me how they're okay with minor attracted person? Do you not understand what that means? You just have a whole bunch of names being dropped, which Trump, I don't know. Because I know that like he hung out with them, but I've also seen several pictures where he didn't just hang out with them once. He was at like several parties. And yeah, Trump is seen in pictures like slapping girls on the ass. What guy doesn't? Seriously. I mean, I'm a girl. I slap guys on the ass. Should I be like condemned? No, we're human. I mean, I just think everybody's so fucking over dramatic and so sensitive all the time about everything. You know, like low key, that one reporter at that marathon, when that guy slapped her butt, she was like, oh my God, somebody likes my butt. But then she was like, oh my God, I was on TV. And it was like around the Me Too movement. But honestly, if you watch movies from like 30 years ago and all this other stuff, I don't think people really understand your made up stuff because women actually were subjugated. So, like, is that a word? Subjugated? Subjugated? What do you think, Trump Bear? Is it subjugated? Subjugated it is. So they had to do like weigh-ins. They had to be a certain height, and they had to be like they had to fit a certain like size. You know what we get? Lizzo butt naked in a see-through dress, and that's considered healthy self-esteem. It's called diabetes. Diabetes. Like what the fuck? Who wants to see some bitch chick? What are we gonna do, Trump Bears? What are we gonna do? Who wants to see her nipples were like way down here? Like, whoa. I was like, oh. It's like a train wreck. And then the media's like, it's so beautiful. I'm like, oh my God. These are the same people telling you that you better go get vaccinated. And you better get vaccinated. Not once, not twice, but now 4 times because of all the new variants. But they give out free beer and free donuts to save you from something deadly, but they literally don't give a shit about your obesity or if you're overweight or the restrictions and regulations and what they can put in our water to begin with. Fluoride needs to go. Like my water smells like bleach. I mean, they don't really. It's like that's the thing that people don't understand. These politicians, they're just like they're yes men. They're all the same thread. They're all the same. So whatever they're pushing has an agenda. So you've got the trans, you've got the overweight. Like, really, guys? I want one person to tell me that when they saw Lizzo in a sheer dress, her nipples were like here, like way here, and pointing down. And she's like, I'm not gonna lie. So I got my son a swimsuit calendar. I was like, God, just so he knows what like for real, women were. I don't know. I hate this, and that's what is like so weird about younger generations, but not my daughters. Like other girls, if you call them ma'am or you're polite with them, they get offended. No, that's respect, you dummy. Like, It's respect. Every woman should be treated like a woman. Every man should be allowed to be a man and be treated like one. I'm not saying one should dominate the other. There should be an equal amount of respect for everyone, for every race, religion, creed, everyone. But people are so stuck in ideologies, they don't even realize the only reason this is going on is because you're allowing it. You're allowing these people to have control over your life. And if you just said, nope, I'm done, I will not play your game, and stand up for yourself, get a backbone, get that animal support pit, put a little harness on it, walk in the street. They're blind ferret. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know. You guys, I'm telling you, y'all gotta like understand that there's gonna be consequences from all this. And a lot of people are seeing it now. And I mean, just imagine how it is right now with inflation. What's gonna happen when the dollar crashes? I mean, this is all being told to you. So, guess what I'm going to do this Saturday? I'm going to the Trump rally here in Conroe, Texas, because it's like only 30 minutes away from my house. I think it's like 30, 35 minutes from my house. Yeah, so I think it's going to be awesome. And that's the thing. Like, we've spent so much time Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. But it's like nobody's been paying attention to what other people have been doing. And honestly, I think that's where a lot of people right now regret it. And that's why like Biden's polls and all the other polls are so horrible, is because you underestimate people's intelligence. And it doesn't matter what party line you are with, or what religion, or what gender you, whatever you, we're all human. We're all people, we're all spirits. I'm just gonna call us spiritual people. No, because then they'll be like, that's Christian. Oh my God, I'm so done with all this shit. All these labels and stereotypes and checks and boxes. Like, no, I'm just me, dude. I like what I like. I believe what I believe. I don't believe that. Okay, I agree with you. I don't have to fucking be on one side. But anyways, what was I saying? Because it was really good. I totally fucking forgot what I was just saying now. Damn it, I hate when I do that. I think I was talking about like the gender neutral and like all this stuff. It's like we're segregating all of ourselves. You know, we all want the same thing. We all want to be able to go on family vacations. We all just want to be happy. Nobody wants to live in this chaotic, angry shit. But a lot of people, they're pussies. They have no backbone. They'll just be like, you know what, just do it, just do it. Then we can just be normal. And those are the people who have been abused, or they've been in abusive relationships. They're codependent. They grew up watching one of their parents being dominant over the other. They're programmed to be like that. Not only that, they're programming our kids to be like that in school already. You know what I mean? Like, they're not grading them on whether they get it or right or not. It's just if they could just follow the direction. So you're programming kids to just be the yes ma'am, no ma'am. I swear to God, that bear looks like he's looking at me, right? Am I just stoned? Or is it the margarita? I swear, guys, it's like you have to have some kind of outlet from this. And I love when people are like, because honestly, I'm not fun at the Trump rally. You know, I don't know if he is just being a scapegoat for more famous people with the Ghislaine Maxwell, because you know they also have like Beyonce, Jay-Z. There's a lot of freaking people on those lists, and Bob Saget and Meatloaf were two of them, and other people that have mysteriously just passed away. They're saying I'm not, but I mean, you gotta kind of think like, okay, what is this gonna stop? Is it gonna stop? And how long are we gonna do this left and right? And I'm just so over it. I really am, because it's a total breakdown of society and humanity. It's where people they can't see outside of anything but that. What was I going to say? Oh, I don't know if it was Miranda. Probably. Mm. So apparently, the government now is saying that our kids, if you gave birth to a child, you got those stretch marks, you had to give birth, you had to get that epidural. Okay, hooray to all you women who didn't have to. I was not the one that shit hurt. I was like, no, drug me the fuck up, please. I'm sitting crooked. My boobs are not crooked. I don't even know why I fucking give a shit. Anyway, so they're saying now, like, how Hillary Clinton came out with her shit and Obama. It takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. And Hillary, Obama, Michelle Robbins or Michael Robinson came out and they destroyed kids' lunches. Made them all. Basically, it was all soy. They took out all the real meat products and all that. When I come to think about it, it's kind of fucking weird. I didn't think about it like that till now. So this has been a long thing going on. And here we go. Now with schools and the community saying that, guess what? Children do not belong to the parent, they belong to the community. And I'm like, no. First off, the community didn't have to get up all night and all morning. They didn't miss sleep for feedings. Like, they didn't have to change diapers. They didn't get stretch marks. They didn't do any of this. Why the fuck does the government get to tell me, oh, god damn, you know what it is? At birth, oh, Jesus. Okay, so I've told people this before. All right, guys, newsflash. The government, when you give birth to your child, there's actually, you can go to YouTube. There's videos out there where people have done like at-home birthing, and CPS and the police come and arrest them and take their children because they're not vaccinated. They don't have a birth certificate with the state or a social security number. Duh. Because they don't want us to be free. Like, say you live off grid and you have a baby and you want to give it your own birth certificate and it's like own identity. You can't. The government says you cannot do that. You have to register it with us and you have to give it a number and it has to go through our school system. You have to give it our shots. If you just hear that aspect of it, you'll think, oh, damn. So at the end of the day, the point of this is, like everything in life, there's shit that's going to happen. And sometimes rebelling against it, you have to learn how to not go against the tide, but efficiently get through it. Do the best you can do. Make the best differences you can do. Educate people. Try to make a change. Because the tide always goes, it always smooths back down. Do you see what I'm saying? When the tide is coming in, instead of going against it, you ride with it and it smooths back out. So in the meantime, while that tide is smoothing back out to land, figure out what you can do to make things better, not within just yourself, but within your local communities, your school boards and stuff like that. Don't be intimidated by these people. They're shills. And, I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? We've already lost everything. We don't really have anything left. What kind of freedom do you really have? You have government officials out right now saying that parents have no right over what their children are taught. And now they're coming out and say children are not property of their parents. They're property of the community and the state. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. I love you guys. I'll sit up my time. That was it. Oh, I wanted to like ask anybody because I don't think like anybody ever even watches my videos then. But anyways, so it was on Twitter, right? And they had this meme, and it was like the old school lunches from like the 80s and 90s where we had like the pizza and we had like the chocolate cake, chocolate milk, and the real corn. Dude, I remember our school lunches were badass, dude. Do any of you guys remember that? Anyways, love you all. Stay sane and drink a margarita. So Trump is the lesser of two evils. But if he's a pedophile, if it really comes up that he is a pedophile in real talk, no, I can't support that. But I could support the lesser of two evils. I would rather have a guy that makes me money and runs our shit right. Because I mean, the economy was great under Trump. Who can deny that? Lesser of two evils. Would you rather have a guy that is like, no, dude, you're not gonna do this bullshit, and they're like, okay, yes, sir. Or do you want the guy who's like, going to Delaware to pet my dog? I'm a good boy. He's a good boy. Oh, you want the guy who can fucking have some balls and get shit done, right? Get the balls. Get it done. Yeah. I'm out. Love you guys. Bye.